for real this time. After some technical difficulties, we do have Yerand and Neptune challenging Blues, the King, and Area 51, the heir in Offworld Kings free-for-all. This time we have expansive robots, scientists, and nomads. Um, this, little spot over here to the right on top of the salt with the iron and water would be extremely tempting to me as a scientist, getting that boost from the salt on farms. But anything else that strikes your eye?
I don't know. With all this, it's quite a bit of dry ice here, or the water ice or whatever, and the salt, as you point out. Like scientist is always going to be decent, but except from that, everything seems to be kind of spread out. So
Yeah.
going your normal HQ is always expansive. Is always going to be doable in most
Well,
places.
on the series, arguably Robot is the better for the default found, just because you don't have the life support, and Yerand's going to take that nice spot over there in the corner.
Not a bad
Neptune
spot.
going for a expansive
With
onto
2 aluminiums, and
aluminum did start high.
still 2 of them with 1 medium and 1 high. Might be a bit excessive, but we'll see how it pans out. Still is rather
Blues
expensive
says
already.
my throne is very uncomfortable. I'm going elite, and I don't mind if I slip off the throne.
I approve. What a
But-
choice by Blues. I do like it.
But we do have to remember this last patch, and Mohawk has already acknowledged that it is a mistake. The elite pleasure domes are crazy good, as in really cheap, cheaper than an Offworld, and they usually make Offworld money.
And look at what claim he has already secured. I do believe we're going to see a pleasure dome as soon as he can afford it in HQ3.
Yeah, just needs to get to the upgrade in HQ3, 24K to go. I don't know that I actually like claiming that spot this early because Blues does actually have to get up to HQ3.
It's odd.
Now, yeah, slight details. Area 51. Okay, so this is where we can see Area 51 is a newer player, founding without any adjacency on the steel mill, just going, 1, 2, 3 like that. I don't necessarily think that the aluminum was warranted because aluminum is pretty cheap, but they are able to get to HQ2 rather quickly, so hopefully we'll fix that lack of adjacency.
Issue here too is that only got low metal mines here, so do sooner or later got to commit to 1 more and several steel mills. A lot of claims early on is going to go to basic resources. Not going to be able to make a lot of other money, most likely.
Yeah, going into double silicon, I think it'd be better just to secure that second iron and get that steel mill up because, everybody uses steel to upgrade. Yerand is HQ2 as the robot, making use of the robot adjacency from the inputs. Very easy, just a power surge, but nobody's currently interested.
That would be very tempting.
Neptune just going straight in the metal.
Transitioning out of those double aluminum with 1 medium and 1 high into steel mills, already got 144 aluminium banked up.
Now, the only thing about Neptune is shipping everywhere.
That it does help to be expensive, but still, it still costs a lot of fuel, and it's a lot of base resources that's not necessarily needed at the moment. Might be better spent those claims elsewhere.
Yes, that's the thing. Already using $88 a second into debt just from fuel alone. And then this is series.
Look at the fuel price.
Power
Yeah.
is creeping up, especially with all these steel mills online.
Blues,
so power at HQ3 is going to be a thing.
Yerand, being the only robotic, got a good chance of potentially making some power money. But for that to happen, they do have to reach HQ3.
Yeah, HQ 16K to the upgrade. Yerand does have it and will be in a strong position to go into some nuclear reactors. Not any uranium nearby, but uranium is only $20 each, so those nuclear plants will be extremely powerful and profitable. It looks like that's what Yerand is going to save up for. Neptune has the upgrade themselves, and with that uranium, I'd expect to see them move into some nuclear plants themselves, and they decide to swap out of their steel mills.
Unnecessary with the 4 claims at hand. But then again, I think the prime motivation behind that is the fact they already got Goon there. That saves him a little bit of black market, 1 black market cooldown, as well as 4.5k. So I would like to see him take and use some of his claims instead.
Blues needs 27k to get the upgrade, has 9k.
Luckily returned that claim we talked about earlier. Put that to good use instead. But did have to pay 2k to buy return a claim. Oh no, he didn't build on it already, so he could easily return it, my bad.
Yerand with an adrenaline boost right on these nuclear plants. Each of these plants is making 1k per second in profit. Yerand's debt is going to disappear.
Somebody has to freeze. Oh, it's double gooned.
There's 2 goons.
Oh, this is... What a situation for Yerand. This feels so great, and meanwhile it's actually going up. It's a shortage going on in the power price, and he's making money at the moment, power money, and a lot too.
Yeah, a lot of it. So Yerand pulling into an extremely high lead. Blues finally HQ3 going to try and make that elite pleasure dome thing work, but
the power price is so high too.
Area 51 is the only one on HQ3 who decided not to go into power. And we're already in C debt, and power's still high. Yerand's boost is finally wearing off. Yerand's sitting on 70k cash right now.
He has decided not to go for the upgrade. That must mean he is looking to get a buy on somebody. Anything else doesn't really make any sense.
94% of the way there. Definitely has the ability to make a buy on somebody.
And that was a cheap claim for Area 51. Everybody else kind of banking on that power money, I reckon.
Area 51's like, well, I'm already in C debt, so might as well pick up an extra claim, right?
It's ridiculous and serious. But yeah, and though, 100% when it comes to Area 51, I mean, that cheap claim might just go into Yerand's subsidiary. It's a potential.
Literally, except for Blues can defend themselves, but Yerand has the choice of 2 expansive players, and is going to choose Neptune as the first victim.
There's nothing stopping him.
Fortunately, it looks like Neptune will, especially with another adrenaline boost on power, making once again not as ridiculous this time as the power is far down, but Neptune going to be majority bought out. And unfortunately, because of the majority buy penalty, will probably secure 4th place. Unless Area 51 gets majority bought out. Also, which, given Area 151's price, is not completely out of question.
Yeah, the debt is weighting Area 51 quite a bit down. 122k in debt at the moment with this low stock price and Yerand's production of money. I mean, you can basically call them money factories. Those nuclear plant up to recently. So I will see that Yerand takes the upgrade.
See how ridiculous this pleasure dome is.
What?
Now it is boosted.
That is insane.
Will go down.
And he's got to keep on boosting it, isn't he?
480 when you have, it's series, so there's robots, the garages, and not as many habitats, and then 1 robot and 2 expansives on HQ3. So just imagine what it's going to be once it's, everyone it's on HQ5.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
In trouble with debt. Area 51 in trouble with debt. More adrenaline boost going out on this pleasure dome. Why wouldn't you? Area 51 can defend themselves.
I want to point out though, I did check it, Yerand earned a total of 110k on that power play. Only 2 nuclear plant. That is a great deal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely taking full advantage of that power. And Blues is going to try and get back in this game by taking full advantage of the broken Elite Pleasure Dome, which I will mention is getting patched out in the next patch. And that leaves Area 51 over here suffering in D+1 debt.
I don't know if we're gonna see Area 51 ever making it out of this debt. It's so rapid interest ticks. He does buy down to C, but once it does that, he's probably gonna take interest tick and go down in D again. It's rather unfortunate at the moment fighting this debt instead of using his money at something like upgrade. Yerand getting aggressive against blues. Blues always being in D debt, so this is definitely a good time for Yerand to do so.
Yep, Area 51 is moving into a bunch of water. Water is very high right now.
Oh, and
So,
Yerand is boosting his water production, so he's getting some nice money there, almost 800 from that water.
Yeah. So this definitely looks like it is Yerand's game to win. One almost fully bought subsidiary, boosting Yerand's stock price. 20k advantage over Blues on both of them on HQ4, but Blues struggling in D debt. And then the other player stuck on HQ3, also struggling in D debt.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine what could potentially stop Yerand at the moment.
Well, what could potentially stop Yerand at the moment is 4.5k power surges if somehow Area 51 and Blues could get out of debt long enough to purchase them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He got monopoly on the black market at the moment, which is kind of ridiculous looking at the prices.
Area 51 with the patent lab deciding to go into teleportation. I mean, that would save almost $200 in debt per second, so
It's shipping a lot.
probably worth it. Blue's deciding that the way to get back in this game is to purchase the other person who has debt problems, and I can't disagree with that assessment.
Yeah, Area 51 is rather cheap for his size due to the depth situations. That is going to boost Blue's price a little bit. And it's also going to push him a bit closer to a potential second place. Ooh, a power surge out on Blues. Going to freeze water pumps.
Yeah, well, that's Yerand using the black market to his advantage. Blues and Area 51 both joining each other in the misery of D+3 debt.
Over 200k in debt, both of them.
Yerand is saying, hey, you know what won me the game? Boosted uranium plants. Nuclear plants. Guess what I can do again?
Boost them.
Why not? 1k per tile.
Should be enough to give him potentially the buy on blues in not too long. And with that, probably the game.
Yeah, Yerand only needs 240 to take out Blues, so 140 more.
Freezes out his power producing nuclear plants. Now only him and Neptune, his subsidiary, producing power.
Now Blues is going to force Yerand to consider defending himself. But at the moment, unless Area 51 decides to hop in, it's just going to be, just a small nagging thought in the back of Yerand's mind that he's going to correctly ignore, because this buy is going to happen extremely shortly.
If you're Yerand, you just say thank you for the stock, basically, because soon enough it's going to be his.
Yep. So Blues falling into D+5 debt, Area 51 falling into D+4 debt.
And he got the buy.
The black market is open for business.
It's only the cleaning process left. Selling out of his own stock already at 100%, and there he shuts it out. Nicely played by Yerand, taking full advantage of the power play as we mentioned several times.
Yeah, this is just a extremely dominant performance by Yerand. There's that buy. Blues barely holding on to second place.
And third, tied between Area 51 and Neptune. What a brutal affair.
Yeah, extremely brutal. I'm curious as to why Blues did end up holding on. to second place. No, it's because the Area 51 is just struggling so much in terms of cash. the
Yeah,
entire
Neptune
game.
got majority bought.
And then yes, Neptune with the majority buy did receive the, as you can see scrolling up in chat, did receive the 1 point deduction for that. But Blues does barely, by the skin of his teeth, hold on second place. Well, losing the king ship, but still in the tournament.
Indeed, indeed. And let's just double check in on that power production. Last time we checked, it was 110 earned from Yerand. On top of that, he earned another, what is it, 150k or so. So
Yeah.
a lot from that power.
250k earned from power. That's pretty good.
Blues, on the other hand, 203k from that pleasure dome. How much of that went into cost of chems? 50. Seems so. That's a good price right there on that pleasure dome too.
Still a crazy good building.
Would he earn more if he got into 2 of them, or would that just reduce both of them too much?
Each elite pleasure dome is takes up 2 of the amount of entertainment demand from a normal pleasure dome.
Ah, okay. Did not know that. But still, there's potential for double boost.
Yes.
But
So,
I guess we could say that entertainment revenue actually secured Blues the second place. So
yeah, without the elite pleasure dome, Blues would not be going into the next game. That's for sure.
GG's.